So I always wonder on the way to wealth, where do you save money and where do you spend money? Do you get to a point at some point in your life where any of that even matters? Wise men have told me in the past, don't worry about how much money you have. You are the money. And so when it comes down to superfluous little hobbies that I enjoy doing, like art and playing magic, and I always wonder, if I spend $100 here, if I spend $100 there, the happiness that I get out of it, is it worth it? For the sake of giving up potentially a more efficient future, if you even have one. Good food for thought. Money comes and goes. Memories never fade. You have so much to live for. You have so many people that make a difference in your life. And money is merely a means to an end. Your wealth, the amount that you're worth, is not necessarily equivalent to the amount of dollar bills that you have in your pocket. And I know for a lot of you this might be difficult to understand or hear, but the richest people in America, the richest people in the world, are not so worried about what's in their bank account. They're more worried about what they've invested in, their relationships, their companies, their initiatives. That's what gives them wealth. That's what gives them leverage, the ability to change things around them for the better. And a lot of time when people don't prioritize their experiences and instead stay focused on the money, they tend to lose opportunities. They tend to lose the very inspiration that might make them more money in the end. That's at least my belief. I'm not sure if that's the case currently, but it certainly feels right in my life. I have friends that are significantly older than me, and I spend time with them, and they tell me about their struggles in their businesses and their lives and with their children, their spouses, and I always wonder if I was in their position, would I have the same stress, or would I find more efficient ways to deal with it, or more efficient ways to accumulate the things that I want? I wonder if these older people have really thought to themselves what they really want, or if they were just pushed towards realities that were created for them by their parents or their society. It's hard to know, because you are never going to be someone else, and you are only going to be the age that you are. You're only going to have the experiences that you have. But I suppose I always assume that if I was in their position, I would try to do it better than they already do, which isn't fair. It's something I'm working on. And as I exit this era of my life in terms of schooling into a professional career, I have a lot of things that I know I need to learn and I need to come to terms with. Particularly accumulation of wealth and building things and having a family and this and that. These are priorities of mine. And part of the reason, obviously, I started this YouTube channel is to measure my own growth as a leader, as someone that has a passion, a calling to make people think. So money for me right now is merely a tool for investing in making myself smarter and more efficient. It is not something that is difficult to acquire. It is not something that I think to myself is the most important thing in my life. It is certainly the top 5. I was listening to Evan, famous YouTuber, talk, and he was saying that money should be your top 5. It shouldn't be your top 1, and that makes complete sense to me. Because if you want to do stuff, you got to think about money. You got to think about how you're going to accumulate wealth and how you're going to expand it and use it, right? You have a big enough goal to where having a lot of money or having enough money actually matters. It's actually necessary. So things that I am willing to spend money on. I am willing to spend money on going out with friends within reason. Within reason. I will not go out every day of the week. I will not go to bars and drink heavily. I will not go on trips more than maybe once every 3 months. I make it a point to discuss with my friends, hey, let's do something that we don't have to spend that much money on in general, because I'm currently transitioning into my working life and I want to be saving up a lot of money because I have some bigger goals. But I will spend money if one of my friends is going away on a dinner or presents in general. I believe very strongly in. I wish that was something I was better at. There's a friend of mine that's very good at giving little trinkets to people, and they make people feel really good. I remember a wise man told me, always give your mother a gift if you can. Just a small thing, a little trinket, or a candy bar, or I will spend money on things that I believe will provide me with entertainment down the line. And I know that my investment into these things will basically lead to hours and hours of fun later on. And so, I can pay $10 for something like that. And I can expect that basically every weekend, if I don't want to go out or if I just want to have fun for, an hour or two, that I have something that I've already invested in, something that I can kind of sit back on and enjoy. I am also obviously willing to spend a lot of money on investments, particularly educational investments. I buy master classes. I buy efficient ways to think, books. I'll go to conferences, I'm willing to spend money on food that's healthy, good food, things that will help me more efficiently stay in shape. I remember I was watching an interview of a billionaire sitting on a plane, and he said there's no excuse for rich people to not eat healthy. And I couldn't agree more. I'm not rich right now. I know I'm worth something. But I don't have the assets in my banks and stuff right now to consider myself wealthy. But I do want to formulate the mentality of a wealthy person over these years, so that when I get to that point, then I will be well equipped to deal with it. And a big part of that also comes down to just being willing to spend a lot of money on things that you find important, right? And that's something that I've heard Grant Cardone talk about how he's very frugal in terms of how he spends his money. He'll talk to someone about why'd you buy that sweater or whatever, and this guy's a billionaire. And so it's always interesting to hear the contrast that's required in life to have a satisfying life. You need to spend your money where your heart really feels good, much like your time, but that's a whole other thing. But you also need to be wise about where you're kind of prioritizing your funds. There's friends of mine that I'm always like, dude, you spend way too much money. Like, if you guys did XYZ thing less, like, imagine how much money you'd save. And at the same time, they're living this beautiful, exciting life with a lot of stimulus, and I can live vicariously through that. So, to each their own, I suppose, whatever your goals are in the end. There was a video that I was watching of this guy that essentially accrues closers, people that sell things effectively, high budget items. And he was talking about wealth and about maintaining it. And there's apparently a rule for 60% of your wealth going into, or 60% of your income, your net cash flow, I assume, going into your necessities. And then 10 being your fun money, 10 being your investments, and there's 2 other 10s that I don't quite know about yet, but I will know about them. I have a little financial think tank that I'm coming up with as I accumulate the money that we're talking about. I want to know how to most efficiently spend it and most efficiently invest it. And my understanding so far is hard assets and businesses, things that are exponential, do not work for hours, one-to-one, work on multiples, and that's how you accumulate wealth. Anyway, I make these videos every day. They're just vlogs about life to convince people that usually think about some larger things in your life, and it's really not all that difficult. Just think about your goals and augment slowly and keep going. So like, follow, subscribe, hit the little bell icon. That's what I've been hearing on YouTube. And share this with anyone else that might be interested in something like this. Hopefully we can build a little community of emotionally intelligent people in general. So take care of yourselves. Remember to value relationships, and never give up on your dreams. Have a belief in yourself. Take care.